Hi, I'm Hillary. Welcome to my channel, Teaching Moments. So in the last video or two, I promised to show you some learning games that I use. Several years ago, I was playing Candyland with my kids, and I thought of the idea to make like a life-size version of Candyland, or just a life-size version of a board game anyway, not Candyland. So I did. So I'm going to show you how to make that one today and how to play it. So first, how to make it. What you need is some pieces of paper. So I just use like computer copy paper, and you write on there some different directions for the kids. And this is going to be your spots that you put on the floor that you arrange around your house for them to actually walk on when they move however many spaces forward. Let me show you some of the things that I used on there. So like you can have go 4 spaces up, or step back 2 spaces. This one I put in front of my son's Hot Wheel toys where he keeps them in his room, and it says Hot Wheels zoom forward 2 spaces. You can also trade places with any player. Do 20 jumping jacks. Might as well keep them active while they're waiting for their next turn. The next one is stand on one leg until your next turn. Take a shortcut. All right, so here I had them go around the dining room table, and if you didn't land on this, you had to take the long way around. But if you did land on this, there was a spot where they can just cut right over to where they need to go. Kind of like on the board games where you have those little bridges. If you land on that one spot, you can go across the bridge. That was the idea behind this. So I had take shortcut, and then I placed this in the next spot so they would know where the end of the shortcut was. And then I also had potty break, lose a turn. I stuck that right in front of the bathroom door. That's kind of a fun one. So hopefully you get the idea of the different things that you can write on there. And then in between the ones that were written on, I just put some blank pieces of paper to give them enough spaces. So then your children are the actual like little people or little markers that you use to play the game. And then you need a dice, and I made my own dice. This is a tissue box, like one of the smaller tissue boxes. I just covered it in paper, wrapped it kind of like a present. And then I used a bottle cap from my water bottle and traced around it to put the spots on there for the dice. So that's kind of fun. If you go to your dollar store, you could probably pick up some foam dice like this. They come in packs of 2. So you can do that if you didn't want to make your own. So we always use the make your own one though, because that's kind of fun. Okay, so those are the things you need to make it. And then you also need some questions for your kids. So this is where the learning part comes in. So we played this game this week, and my 7th grader, 5th grader, and 3rd grader were playing this game. So I gave them questions, and I mixed up the subjects. If you want to just review one subject, you can do that. But if you want to just do an overview of everything, you can do that as well. So examples would be like their basic math facts, or reducing fractions, whatever they're learning. Or you can also do like states and capitals. You can do geography questions, or if they're older, they can define words from science or their history. For those of you who use Barton Reading, this is a great time to review the rules with them. So ask them, what's the Texas Blossom rule? What's the drop rule? What's the floss rule? And they should know those. So that's a great way to review those. Those are some basic ideas for your school kids. Now, if you have preschoolers or toddlers that you want to have play this game, you could also put in there like name their colors or their shapes or things like that. Make it age appropriate for your kids. Okay, so those are the questions you'd ask. So how you play the game. You would first ask your child a question, and if they got it right, then they take the dice and roll it, and then they can move forward that many spaces. And then you ask the next child a question. And then whoever finishes first obviously wins, just like in Candyland or any other game. And if you want to give them all a prize or a piece of candy or something like that when they're done, it just adds to the incentive of playing the game. So it was a fun game that we did. They liked it. They enjoyed it for the most part. Sometimes if you have those competitive kids, they don't always like playing those games. If they lose, they don't like playing the games, but it's worth trying. I hope you enjoy this with your children. It's not only good for strange times when we're quarantined like right now, but it's also good for rainy days or summer breaks or holiday breaks when you want the kids to remember what they've learned. Or for your homeschool folks, you can just throw that in sometime if you just don't really feel like doing your regular textbook lessons and need something a little lighter. You can just throw that in for some fun. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy spending time with your kids doing this game. Thank you for watching.